What if I told you that living to be 100 wasn't just some sci-fi fantasy, but was actually becoming, well, pretty normal? We are right on the edge of a massive longevity revolution. And that brings up a huge question. If we've got an extra 30, maybe even 40 years of healthy life, what does retirement even mean anymore? Let's dive in, because the old model is about to get a serious upgrade, and it's all powered by AI.
A longer life sounds amazing, right? But it actually presents us with a really fundamental choice. We're all basically standing at a fork in the road, looking at two completely different futures. So is this extra time a gift? Or could it, become a burden? The answer, it turns out, really depends on the path we decide to take. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got what we're calling the dark side path, a future that's all about risk. You can see the icons right there: financial trouble, illness, loneliness. And that's a very real possibility for a lot of people. But then you look over to the right and you see the bright side. This is the growth path, where an AI core helps completely transform that future into one of smart wealth, preventive health, and real digital communities. It's the difference between just getting by and actually thriving. So what's the actual bridge between these two futures? Well, that risk path is pretty much what happens if we just stick to the old ways of thinking about aging. But the growth path, that's what opens up when we really start to leverage technology. See, AI isn't just some fancy gadget. It's the engine that can actively turn those risks, that broken piggy bank, that feeling of isolation, into genuine opportunities for growth. It literally turns a potential curse into a profound blessing. All this really leads to one single massive conclusion. The 20th century idea of retirement is completely, totally broken. The whole concept of working for 40 years and then just stopping for the next 40, it's not just financially impossible for most of us, it's also, frankly, pretty unfulfilling. Retirement is no longer a finish line, it's a brand new starting block. Now, what I love about this slide is how it visually captures that shift in thinking. Over on the left, you've got that classic image, right? Past retirement. You're thinking rocking chairs, quiet solitude, a life that's really about consuming what you've already saved up. But on the right, the AI era retirement is active, it's collaborative, and it's all about production and self-realization. It's a huge shift from retreating from the world to fully re-engaging with it. Okay, so let's break that down a little. The past was this super rigid, linear path. You learn, then you work, then you just stop. But the future? It's a dynamic, multi-stage life. It's this incredible, continuous cycle of learning and working and creating and exploring. We're moving away from depending only on our past experience to actively collaborating with AI for totally new advice and opportunities. This isn't just writing a new chapter. It's like a complete reinvention of the book of your life. So how in the world does AI make all this possible? Well, first off, it tackles one of the biggest anxieties we all have about getting older: cognitive decline. But instead of just fighting against it, we can use AI to augment our minds, basically giving us an incredibly powerful second brain. And this diagram shows you exactly how. Just think of it like this. You've got that AI core right in the center, and it branches out to support all of these key functions. You have tools that boost your digital memory, handling all your reminders and your whole schedule. You've got language tools for real-time translation, so you can just shatter communication barriers. You've even got tools that can summarize a super complex article for you in seconds. And on top of that, personalized cognitive training to keep your mind sharp as a tack. To put it simply, AI becomes your personal cognitive assistant. It remembers all the little things so you can focus on the big picture. It lets you connect with pretty much anyone, anywhere, no matter what language they speak. It takes huge amounts of information and just boils it down to what you need to know. And it helps you proactively train your brain. And the wildest part? This isn't some far-off sci-fi dream. This stuff is happening right now. Okay, so AI can help us think better, stay sharp. That's huge. But what about the money? What about staying financially independent? Well, that's the next massive piece of this puzzle. How AI is building a whole new economic landscape where you can keep working, creating, and earning, but completely on your own terms. What's so incredible here is how AI just demolishes all the technical barriers. It lets you take a whole lifetime of experience and transform it into new value. With no-code tools, and they are exactly what they sound like, you can build an app or a whole business without writing a single line of code. AI can also be like the ultimate career coach, matching your unique expertise with the perfect job opportunities, or even help you build automated income streams with digital assets, like an online store that practically runs itself. The big takeaway here is that your economic life doesn't just stop. You could become an AI-powered creator, a consultant, an entrepreneur. Heck, you can even step into totally new jobs that didn't even exist a few years ago, like an AI data labeler, where you're actually using your human wisdom and your life experience to teach AI systems. It's a whole new ballgame. Okay, this all sounds pretty amazing, I know. But how do you actually get ready for this kind of future? It's not about just sitting back and waiting for it to happen. It's about actively designing it yourself. And the great news is there's a clear, actionable blueprint, and it's built on 3 core pillars. So here they are. First up, AI literacy. Honestly, this is the new essential skill. You just can't use tools you don't understand. Second is data-driven management. This means using the data from your own life, from your smartwatch, your financial apps, to make smart, proactive decisions about your health and your wealth. And third, you've got to grow your digital network. Technology is your bridge to a global community of collaborators, clients, and, friends. So let's put all these pieces together for a second and see what this actually looks like on a normal day. This slide kind of paints that picture. You wake up, and your AI is analyzing your sleep data to suggest a personalized health routine for the morning. In the afternoon, maybe you're joining a global forum, using real-time translation to chat with people from all over the world. And in the evening, you're not just zoning out in front of the TV. You're collaborating with your AI advisor to optimize your investments or manage your little online business. It's a life that's proactive, it's secure, and it's deeply, deeply fulfilling. And so we come right back to where we started. The 100-year life isn't some distant fantasy anymore. It is quickly becoming our reality. And the tools to make it a blessing, not a curse, are already here. The question is no longer if this will happen, but how will you choose to design it? The blueprint is here, the tools are in your hands. So what's your second act going to look like?